Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 12 of my look at jungle adventures. And if you are returning, welcome back. And we're working on our archaeology scholar in this part, and fingers crossed, we're going to see whether we can complete it for either or both Joel and Mason. But Mason, of course, does have to work, and I don't want to keep him home from work for this, because I'd rather use his vacation days for going to Selva Dorada. So he has kind of the night to see whether he can get through it. If you remember in the last part, we tried to give a successful archaeology lecture to the person over there that's going into our house, Edmund Hartley, but it didn't seem to succeed, so we're going to try again and see whether we have any luck with Marcus Flex, which I can't say I have a lot of luck with him when I tend to do interactions with him in other saves, but we'll see how it goes. And I have Joel working on an archaeology skill book, but it's a matter of whether it's going to come out as being a good quality or not. He did have very low writing skill when he started, but he did level up to level 2, so we will see, whereas Mason has maxed his writing skill, so I'm hopeful that he should at least be able to write a good archaeology skill book, if not excellent skill book. We will see that too. But there we go. We got a successful archaeology lecture. And sort of as a background, I did have put the walls up in cutaway. And I don't know why he's jogging around in our house. Was he out for a jog? I don't know. But we do have a computer. We have more than one computer in the house. There's one in Joel's room, and there's one in their room. And how Kaden at the end of the last part wasn't doing very well. So he managed to get a little bit. What we're going to do is I'm going to set Mason up. He's thinking about his family member, who is his niece, Arabella, and we are going to have him write a skill book, guidebook to archaeology. So fingers crossed he'll manage to get this done, and then he'll be finished that out. And see, she's still showing as being sick even though she took her medicine. So Kaden, my dear, you're hungry, so why don't we come and get you some food out of the fridge. So they have the option to get the leftovers, but they can't actually get it. It's just kind of there. So we're going to take these eggs Benedict that your grandpa made in the last part. Joel is his grandfather, because he wants to ask Joel to play. I may or may not. I'll pin it for now. And prehistorical ain't rhetorical. This is an archaeology skill book, so we'll have him write that. Get you over there, my little one. He could actually be aged up whenever, because he has actually maxed all of his little toddler skills, but I just kind of keep having him as a toddler, even though they're a lot more work as toddlers than they are as children. So Mason now earned 25,000 simoleons, because in the last part, we had Joel earn, I don't remember if it was 22 or 23,000 simoleons, but of course, because they have a higher value, it's based off your cash here, your simoleons, and that made it higher. So what are you doing? You're just kind of sitting around doing nothing. How are your skills? How are your needs is what I mean to say, not skills. We're going to have you rally the troops, and then you're going to go have a shower. Oh, hearing of Mason's archaeological renown, the Artifacts Association is sending Mason something, and they're promising him a huge financial incentive. So the archaeology skill is a really, really good way to make money in the game. Though, of course, it's best to go to Selva Dorada, because you kind of need the artifacts to help uncover, to do the things. And, of course, exploring in Selva Dorada is also a very good way to make money, too, because the artifacts are very, very lucrative. But even once you kind of retire from exploring, you can make a pretty good living just from the random times they send you the things. Because if you saw the last part, we had Joel got one, and he analyzed it and got 4,000 for his efforts of analyzing it, and it was poor. It doesn't matter what quality it is, it still ends up you get lots of money for it. Look, he's level 4 is Joel of his writing skill. I don't know whether it'll be based off more what he was at the beginning or what it was at the end or something in the middle. Now, you have eaten. You kind of need a little bit of fun and some hygiene, but you're tired, so you're going to bed, and that seems reasonable to go to bed. Kaden, So now the big question is, how is this book going to turn out for Mason? So will he actually complete this aspiration before he goes back to work? And he has, again, he has more points now because he's managed to go further up this archaeology scholar aspiration. If we look at his simology, he has lots and lots of traits. He's not quite a super sim, but he's still pretty close to it. And he has completed a few different aspirations too, which is why it contributes to how many traits he has, because you get traits for completing aspirations also, as well as he has bought traits, and then he got traits when he aged up from a teen, because he has the traits that come from parenthood. So yeah, he's pretty out there in terms of maybe it just takes him a long time. No, he wrote a book and it is good. So good. So he did that. So it's a toss-up. Who's gonna get this? Because Mason's still writing his book. So we already know Edmund. So why don't we ask him about his career? I guess he's helping himself to some food. I think, if I remember correctly, he was squeamish. And I can't remember. Materialistic, squeamish, and cheerful. Oh, we have another broken. And he's uncomfortable. Why is he uncomfortable? He has a spouse. I don't know. So why don't we... I don't know whether he should repair this first or then try and give. Because, of course, Mason had no luck with him, with his lecture that he gave. But will Mason write it quicker because he's higher up? I don't know. So you, my dear, how are you doing? So you're kind of working on that a little bit, but we have the other two have done it. So why don't you go work on your own aspiration? Why don't you sell that to the art gallery? I'll put that back over to your actual aspiration, or the one that you were kind of actively working on, which was the painter extraordinaire. I don't know. I don't think that's actually her aspiration, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look at her simology, because it'll give you an idea from her. She's gregarious, so she has a popularity aspiration. I honestly don't remember which aspiration she had, whether it was the clubs one, or friend of the world, and I don't know where she is in her charisma. She has maxed her charisma, so has she actually completed that friend of the world aspiration? She's not completed leader of the pack. So she needs to make a best friend forever, which she should probably do with Mason. And leader of the pack, she needs to talk about club with 5 members, and then she needs to be in a club that has 8 members. So I think that's her actual aspiration, but I'm going to put her back over the one I'm working on for her. So now you've sold that, you're going to do a landscape painting, because I'm hoping it's more likely that you'll have luck with that. Joel, you're going to come and scavenge for parts. Your fun is okay. Did that guy leave? Did Edmund leave? I think he must have. Or I can't see him. Is he a vampire? Yep. We don't really want to meet him. We don't really want to invite him into our house. Is there anyone else around other than vampires? that we can't invite people over because it's the middle of the night, or considered to be the middle of the night. So they won't take too kindly to being asked over at this time of the day. But I'm thinking that guy left. That I can't remember his name, but I'm thinking he's not here. So don't take a bath. Take a shower. Actually, take a thoughtful shower. Oh no, there he's just leaving now. I couldn't find him. Are you going? Can we try and give an archaeology lecture to Edmund before you go? Yeah, he kind of looks like he's jogging, doesn't he? I don't know if that'll be any success. Hey, we got an aspiration completion. He got his book done. So he completed it. He now has the museum patron trait. So what I'm going to do to sort of show that one in action is I'm going to grab one of the ones he has here that's excellent. I want to take one that's not so good. 4, we'll take this one, though it's worth actually very similar. So we're gonna donate to museum, and you can see the moodlet he's going to get from that, because that's something that you cannot do until you complete that aspiration. Though I've never actually taken them to the museum to see like if there's any special moodlet they get at the museum when they have that trait. And there's his book, and it's just normal. So normal, I guess, counts. So we have donated to the museum, and it belongs to the museum. So the self-satisfaction of donating something to the museum, he gets a happy +3 for 24 hours. So that's a nice boost. And I tend to just donate the poorer ones that they're not tend to worth as much. So that one was actually not that. Wasn't that. Yeah, see, that one's a send away for artifact. Send it away, so that means it's not. I couldn't remember whether he had any. But I know one is on its way. So he has completed that aspiration. He's all done. Now he has 39,000. So where is he on Jungle Explorer? Because now we need to go to the Sabadorada, because we have to do 2 temples for him to complete that, because you only get 1 rare Omniskin treasure chest per temple. And he also has to activate a mystical relic 5 times, which I don't know that I really want to do. I was going to do it on I'll put that in the garbage. I was going to do it on our guest here. Did he even come back, or did he leave? Is he still gone? Let's see what his quality of his book is. See if it made any difference. No, it's normal also. Oh no, he is still there. Okay, he's still here. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if they can both finish their aspiration in this part. Come on. Joel, you don't need to browse the web. Let me hit play. Let's see whether we can... Oh, it looks like he's sick. I see the little moodlet there. Can we give him a lecture? Oh, that's squeamish. That's from being squeamish. Is that because he's sick and squeamish and it makes it even worse? I don't know. So Joel just needs to give this successful archaeology lecture, which you can obviously do anywhere. The skill book you could do in Sabadorada. There is a computer at the library, and then if you edit the lots, the rental lots, you could add a computer there, which I have actually done with one of the lots. There we go. He had more success with Edmund than did Mason, so he completed his too. So they both completed it. So I'm just going to play through the week a little bit with them, and we'll go to Sabadorada for the weekend, and we will be back when they are ready to go, because I don't think they really can do much to do with their aspirations while they are here at home. So I'll be back shortly. Well, immediately for you, shortly for me. Well, it's now Thursday evening in the game, and I am, instead of taking them right away to Sabadorada, I am going to have both Mason and Chloe work one more day, because they both work on Friday, and then we will go. But I had commented before that Kaden really could be aged up at any point in time, because he has maxed all of his toddler skills, and I don't find that the manners and the conflict resolution, while you can teach them as toddlers, that you get very far. This was slightly in the red, and I've got to just a little line of green, and Joel has been teaching him to say sorry 3 times in a row. So it really didn't get very far. I was just testing because Joel has completed the parenthood aspiration, which I think is supposed to help them teaching kids, but it didn't seem to help at the toddler level. I was just curious. So instead of having Joel do other things this sim day, I had him do that, and I made it, it's no longer just slightly red, it's just like a smidge green instead. So it looks like I'm going to put the walls in cutaway again. It looks like little Kaden is a little bit tired, so I'm going to have Joel give him a second wind just to help. Oh, finally I can encourage. I was trying that before, it wasn't coming up. That aspect. We're going to help with needs. We're going to have a second wind just to help him a teeny little bit because he's a little bit tired there. I don't know if this is going to be enough or whether I might end up having him have a nap. I will have Mason. He doesn't come home. He comes home with his fun was maxed when he went to work, and now it's like at the halfway bar. So that's quite a big drop, I have to say. And I had him working on his best-selling author aspiration since he had to write for the archaeology and he'd already maxed his writing skill. I'm going to put him on the party animal, though I don't think it actually ever counts for anything. When you're throwing a birthday party, I could, instead of making it a birthday party, I could make it a dinner party, and then we could have him work on that part of it and just have the cake has been made. I had one of them make a cake. I don't remember which one made a cake. They made it, I think actually Mason maybe made it, but I'll be able to tell when I go in the fridge. They made it yesterday, but by the time the cake was done, it was late, so I figured we would have the party today, right when Mason gets home from school. So I need to be on the social tab where I am. I'm going to plan a social event. And like I said, the advantage of me making it a dinner party is, one, Chloe's at that stage on the food aspiration, but I wasn't going to do it for that. But two, I can like help with this throwing of parties, and if you throw a birthday party and it's for someone else, it doesn't count as throwing a party. I think you might get the silver for it, but you don't get the actual party. And I do have play going, so I'm gonna set up the party, I hope. I don't know what's going on, why everybody seems to be a bit stuck. I'd have to say they do seem stuck because a lot of time is going by and nothing's really happening. So I'm gonna like reset everybody. Oh, there we go, it came up. Do I do a dinner party or a birthday party? I'll just do the birthday party. It is a birthday party for the little guy. So we'll make it Caden's birthday, and I'll invite some guests. I'll get this all set up and we will be back once I've got that done. So the party hopefully will start well. I invited essentially all of the family members that I could. I couldn't invite the toddlers that probably should be aged up themselves. His grandmother had kids sort of later in life, and they're still toddlers, but I should probably go over and age them up. But I didn't have room for them all. I could only invite one, so I didn't invite any of them. So we need to make a group meal. Chloe, why don't you come make a gourmet, since you haven't maxed your gourmet cooking skill, but we'll make it simple. We'll make some spinach frittata, party size, since we have a lot of people here. The main goal is to blow out the candles. So we're going to grab the cake that I had made yesterday, and it was made by Mason. We're going to put it here on the counter. Hopefully that's maybe we'll put it here. And hopefully Mason can age up. Kaden, no, we don't need you to learn how to play. Please and thank you. We don't need you to learn how to say please and thank you. Help blow out candles. Kaden. There we go. So come on over, Kaden. And poor Mason isn't very happy because he needs some fun, but he can work on that later, of course. So, and then the other thing I want to do before we end this part too, which hopefully we have the time, as well as aging up Kaden, is I want to try on his aspiration for the. I need to get a picture. So I got some pictures. There he is. I've never really disguised him. So there we go. It's time for him to age up. I tend to complete all the aspirations, so I'm just going to put him on social to start with because there's people here, and then I'm going to make him a genius. I think his daddy is a genius, so there we go. And of course he's in this outfit. I don't know if I can go in the party mode. I'm just going to have him disguise himself. Just because then he'll have an outfit on. I just don't really like I don't particularly like that outfit. There we go. I'll work on everything else. So we need to play some games. Kaden has become of age. He can now set his own disguise. So we are going to have him play a multiplayer game with some of the others who are here. We will play with Nikki, there. They're all, no. Am I getting everybody right? Oh no. I'm trying to think. Arabella, Andrew, Nikki. I feel maybe I did miss one of them. Because there was 4 kids, and I think there's only 3 there. So either that or they're not here yet. Go play some games. Or maybe instead of that, maybe go on to mental and we'll cancel that, see if it works. And have you go play with your aunt. We'll put this in someone's inventory so it's not there. We need to have Sims dancing. So Mason, why don't you come and dance? That will give you some fun also. Sarah, see, that's who I should have sent. Oh, Senior Pollination Technician 3 has sent Kaden a gift. So we made that. We need to eat cake. Are we dancing? We don't have the dancing at the same time. What is your problem? You're tired. Okay, so you are going to come and invite to our club so that we can get your needs up a little bit. And the reason I did this was so that, because I figured the next thing would be play a birthday game with a sim, and I find that it works better on the chess table than playing with the other thing. Can you invite him? We still have to have Sims dancing at the same time. But we have enough Sims here that we should be able to, that we can control. So we're going to dance. You're going to dance the rumba sim. That should count as dancing. Someone grabs some ice cream from the fridge that we had made, or the freezer. Did you invite him? Here, let me look and see if I can just do it this way. Maybe I can just skip that. Nope, doesn't give me the option that way. So it does not look like we can get him to come to the club right now. So what I wanted to do, the other thing I want to do before we end this part, is I'm going to put him back over onto his Jungle Explorer aspiration. We have to activate a mystical relic 5 times. He has one in his inventory. We're going to do it on him. We're going to leave him that way. And in the next part, we will see what we need to do. If it's anything negative, if there's anything we can do to get rid of that. And give me a minute to look for it, and I'll be back. Actually, it was right at the bottom, so it didn't take very long. So we're going to activate it on ourselves. And it is a Totem Column Watcher Relic. So it's a Totem Column relic on a Watcher base. There are 3 different relics. The Totem Column, the Zats, I can't pronounce it, but it's a bird one, and then the cat one. And the Totem Column is a llama one, Totem Kalama. Oh, Chloe's now getting things sent in the mail. Oh, it looks like did he say yes? Yay, we've got that. And here we go. What are we gonna get? What happened? So we got him in the club, and what was he's being cursed. I thought that was a curse. So what is the curse that he got? He's afflicted with the sneezing. Oh, this is not good to do at a party. Because it's supposed to be contagious. He needs to be careful or this will spread. Find some bone dust and cook up an ancient remedy before it turns into an epidemic. Good choice to do that at a party. So I think I'm gonna go. In the next part, we'll probably finish the party and see how that goes. But this part's gone on long enough. Way to leave it on a cliffhanger. How many people are gonna get cursed with this, even though he did it to himself? We're gonna leave it here. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!